Hello world and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to tell you how to get affiliates on Twitch in just 1 month. Now I'm going to break this down into 5 easy steps on you getting those precious goals of the 50 followers, 8 hours of stream time, 7 different days, and what people find hardest, the 3 average viewers. Right, so you've just created a Twitch page. Now what? Step 1 is to look professional. Before you even start streaming, you need to have a good long look at your page and think to yourself, does this person look serious? Have all the information about them been fleshed out? Are there links to their social media? Which we will come back to later in the video. And do they have a good looking offline screen? Etc, etc. You have to make your page look presentable to people coming in for the first time, both when you're online and offline. To build your page, you want to start by building your brand. Now don't worry, whatever direction you end up going in, it's not set in stone. However, you don't want to be switching things up week in and week out. The basic start to your brand is picking a decent colour scheme, generally 2 to maybe 3 colours, and also whatever fonts you want to use. Feel free to test it out as much as you want, but once you knuckle it down to something you really want to have, stick with it. You don't want to be changing too much from there onwards. Something to think about though is that you do not have to create this all yourself. Even if you're going online and downloading overlays or pre-made panels, it's okay, but just make sure that all of it matches. For panels, I use Nerd or Die's Twitch panel maker. It's a great place to start to create good looking professional panels for beginners. Simply pick the colours from your branding, add a logo, some text, save as a PNG. Next, upload it to your panels and add whatever description you would like. I'll leave a link to the site down in the description. So now the page is good offline, but what about online? Well, there are many options here on how you want your brand and style to look. I use Streamlabs, so we'll be looking into just those options today. If you load up Streamlabs, in the top left corner you'll see 2 icons, one the alert box library and one for themes. In the alert box library, you'll mostly, as the name suggests, get a choice of hundreds of different alert icons, banners and messages to choose from, but what you do have to look out for is that some require Prime, but don't worry, there are still plenty of options out there that are completely free. Once you've found a pack that suits you, all you have to do is click the install widget button, and you are good. If you have multiple widgets however at the same time, then you will have to fiddle with some settings on the dashboard online for Streamlabs, but that is something for a different video. Next is the themes, where you get your overlays, intermission screens, etc, etc. Again, there are loads of free choices out there, and all you have to do is click the install button. Outside of Streamlabs, there are still a few more options for getting overlays and themes, such as websites like Owned and Nerd or Die, but generally you have to pay for these. And there you have it, your channel page is ready for streaming. Sort of. You still have to find your niche. Which brings us into the next step. You don't want to be just playing the massive games, the Call of Duties, League of Legends and the Among Us's. Pretty much anything in the first 2 rows of Twitch. The exception to this is Minecraft however, because you can sub-niche that category, but we'll go into that a bit more later. Personally, I recommend when finding a game you do 2 things. 1, and most importantly, find a game that you enjoy. And 2, find a game with a high following and low competition. Now what I mean by this is that if you click on a game category, you'll see in the top left hand corner the amount of viewers and the amount of followers. You want to choose something with around 250,000 followers but under 1,000 viewers. Now, why do you want to choose games with this criteria? The main reason being that if you look at the first couple of rows on these sorts of games, the streamers have very low numbers, and if you're there with only 5 views, you could still end up being on those first few rows. People don't want to scroll down to try and find someone, they'll click the first people they see on, so if you're in that category, there's more likely you are going to be clicked on. There are some great games out there that I recommend you starting off with, such as Stardew Valley, Subnautica, and even the Halo Master Chief Collection. There are, in fact, many other games with this criteria, however, and a great place to check out the statistics on any games you potentially want to try out is a website called Sully Gnome. I will leave a link down to that in the description. For me, I started with 2 games. One was Minecraft, which I sub-niched by playing a mod pack. As well as that, I also played a mod pack that was in early access, so not many other people were doing the same thing. The other was the Halo Master Chief Collection. Now I chose these games for a few reasons. 1, I wanted to play Minecraft as it was an easy game for everyone to get involved with, and I was bringing something new to the table by playing Sevtech Ages of the Sky. and I chose Halo because of the high following and low competition. The mistake I made, however, is that I wasn't really enjoying the Halo, and I think people managed to notice that as they popped in and out of my streams, which brings me back to the first point: play something you enjoy first. Afterwards, I changed from Halo to Satisfactory, and on my first stream of that game, I managed to reach my max concurrent viewership of 17 people at once, which is absolutely insane. The main point of finding your niche is picking a game that works for you, but at the same time is strategically giving you an edge over the viewer market. Which brings us on to step 3, social media. Now, loads of people online say start a YouTube, which will be good in the long run for diversifying your content, as well as giving you a bit of security just in case Twitch goes down. Besides that though, as you can see, I have a YouTube, but I don't exactly have a lot of followers, but yet I'm still affiliate, which is just proof that you don't actually need a YouTube. However, I recommend you both start a Twitter and a Reddit page. You could also do Instagram, TikTok or Snapchat, but for me personally that was just a little bit too much to manage. When it comes to Twitter, you don't just want to be posting going live continuously. Now that you've found your niche, you want to look for those hashtags. Comment on people's stuff and posts, give valuable feedback and opinions on what people are posting, but do not self-promote in the comments of both people who are big and small. As well as this, Twitter is also a very good place to post short clips from your stream, and people will engage with it and potentially go to your profile and click that link going to your Twitch page and give you a few follows there and see what you're all about. Following that is Reddit, where things have mostly worked for me. Now, I created an account the same day as my Twitch channel, and in between the first few streams you want to go into subreddits of your niche and start commenting on people's posts and add value there, similar to Twitter. From there, after my first few streams, I had a few clips I wanted to share. I posted one to Reddit and it managed to get 2.6k upvotes, and from that I managed to get about 10 or so followers on Twitch. However, my advice to you is you don't want to post your Twitch link in any post you put onto Reddit, as so many Reddit pages, they really do not like self-promotion. Instead, have your Twitch link in your user page bio. People will then click on your user and then find your link from there. Basically, from the social media, what you want to start doing is prepping the foundations of where you want to create engagement with your content and bring in those new viewers. Moving on to step 4, which is networking. Now, this isn't going to be going into other people's streams and self-promoting, much like the social media. This is about creating a connection with other people. Within your niche, find other streamers of similar size and just hang out and chat. Even if you're the only person chatting, just keep engaging with the streamer. Eventually, the streamer will ask questions about you, and this is where you have the opportunity to talk about your own stream. But obviously, you have to do this within context, so, read the room a little bit beforehand. Before you can build a community, you really have to join others and become a face there. Eventually, those streamers you've been interacting with will come and join your streams, which is all you need to boost those numbers up in the beginning to get you on those top rows of the games you've been playing. Since I started the networking, I've made many new friends and been invited to so many different servers and discords to play along with each other. Sometimes I even get given shouts out just from saying hi in some chats now, and I do the same to them. When you have a good group around you, everyone starts to grow. This extends to outside of Twitch also. Heading back to the socials that you've created, start liking, retweeting and commenting on the new connections you have. The main point of this is find people to create a community with, centered around your niche, and bond with each other. The final step is being consistent. You have the viewers coming in, the community is starting to grow, but now you have to find a way to make them stay. If you're streaming only once a week, make sure it's at the same time every time. If it's multiple times a week, stick with the same games. Say you're playing Minecraft one day and then Call of Duty the next, people will not stick around. To begin with, it isn't so bad to when you're finding your niche, but once you have a formula that's working for you, double down on it. I now stream 3 times a week, Sundays, Mondays and Thursdays, always at 1 PM BST. Sundays and Mondays I play Minecraft, and on Thursdays I play Satisfactory. The people that are there for Minecraft, they always turn up, and the same goes for Satisfactory. Eventually when you grow, however, people will be joining for you and not the game. That is the point where you can start switching games up a little bit. But to start with, you really have to be strict with yourself. Again, consistency is the main key point to keeping viewers. And that is how I managed to get affiliate in just 1 month of Twitch. I'll leave my link down to my channel down in the description, and if you like this content, please let me know. Drop a comment down below. And also, if you could, subscribe to the channel. A couple of bonus tips for you though. Start a Discord. It's a great place for followers to engage with you off stream. It makes viewers feel like you're a lot more like a person that they can talk to. Another one is time youth games. This is more aimed at the YouTube side of things, but if you can get new information out there about whatever game you are playing before anyone else, then you will have the advantage and people will subscribe and follow to you thinking that you have the latest info. And lastly, never stop talking. Any thoughts that is coming out of your head, just spew it straight out to your mouth. Think of it like radio. If there is suddenly dead air for 10 to 15 seconds, people will just turn over. Humans are impatient and need constant entertainment. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.